Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having a great day. And I am Raven, and I want to welcome you to my channel, the Bayou Bruxa. And today, we are going to be talking about something that is very near and dear to me, and that is throwing bones. And I know I was supposed to be here yesterday, but there's some really, really gnarly weather that came through, and it wasn't happening because it lasted all day. And with living down here, living in the South, it's something that we deal with on a day to day basis. One day it could be absolutely beautiful, or just like in during the day, it can be absolutely beautiful. You can just be walking along and having the best day outside, and then 5 minutes later, here comes this gnarly storm and it's throwing tornadoes and hail at you. But it's something we deal with and we love because we love living down here in the beautiful South. And, well, it's just things happen, but I do want to apologize. I want to really apologize to everyone because I was really, really sad with myself because I wasn't able to do it. But I am today, and we are going to have so much fun. I want to start off by explaining what throwing bones is. Whenever someone hears that, they automatically think, okay, throwing bones, it's a bag of bones. Not technically. It can be. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be bones, it can be teeth, it could be buttons, thimbles, pieces of glass, anything really. Anything that you can fit in your hand or in a box or in a bag, and you can shake them up and throw them. And the best part about this is divination is special all in itself because you connect yourself with something and you tell people what you see for them, and you tell people what may happen. Well, this is super special because it's you taking what you have and it's what's laying around. It's special pieces to you, like a piece of jewelry that your Nana gave you, or a brooch you got from your aunt before she passed. Things like that. And you put them all together and you create bones. It's your roots, like root work in voodoo, hoodoo, whatever, all your root work and stuff. Root work is working with your ancestors. That's what root work is. It's working with the bones of your past, the ancestors, the roots of your past, your elders. And that's what makes it so amazing. And that's what makes it so different, I find, from other divination. Because you have your tarot and your oracle and dice and all that. And you have a very, very special connection with those things because they're your things. That's what you use. That's what you use to help yourself and help other people in their daily lives because they entrust in you those things. They trust what you're telling them to help guide them along their daily path. Well, that's what these are also. You can use them for yourself. You can use them with your clients, family, friends. Well, we're going to get into all that in a little bit. I just want to explain a little bit about what bones actually are. Because you can have actual bones, and it's like they have a certain meaning. What one piece you get is going to mean something particular to you. You're going to know what it is. No one else will. They'll learn along the way, especially when you do certain readings for certain people. They may even end up with their own individual pieces. And your set could be like, I know someone who has a set that has over 200 pieces in it, and they get kept in a box. That's where I keep mine also. I keep them in a box whenever I'm not using them. And when I go to use them, I just take a handful out and I put them in a bag. I take a couple handfuls out and I put them in a bag and I shake them up and I throw them. And how they land and where they set with each other tells me what that reading is going to be for someone. And it's never the same. It's always absolutely different. Even if it's the same person, if you do a reading for someone daily, it is never going to come out the same, ever. And it's going to tell you, things that that person needs to know for that day. That person wants to know about their love life. That person wants to know about their family, their job. How's their night out going to go? It's between you and your client. So here we are today, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to First, I'm going to do my introduction like I'm doing now. And like I said before, bear with me because I've never done anything like this before. And I am learning slowly, very slowly. And I also like to joke around a lot because I honestly think it's very important in life. You can't walk around serious 24/7, y'all. You can't. You have to have some lightness and laughter, and you just got to go with the flow. Because if you stay absolutely serious and with a stick up, you know where, that's how your day is going to go. So, this is our easy going, every day with Raven. And if all you that do know me know what a day with me is like. Well, I have all my notes on my lap, and yes, I keep looking down at them, and I shouldn't, but as I get further along in this and go on, I'm going to have different things where I can just look up. Maybe I'll have a board in front of my face I can read, and I won't have to look down at my notes, but right now I have to look down at my notes because I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure I get it all in for y'all because it's going to be it's just going to be a little bit rough. It's not going to be a perfect video, but I don't like perfect. I like just going with the flow and letting everything, the cards fall, and they lie how they lie. That's why we're so good at what we do, right? Alrighty, let's see. What did I miss speaking to y'all? I'll explain that to you. Let's see. Bones, I already told you what those are. Well, I really told you. I'm going to show you what those are because I have my whole setup up here that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you the pieces I have and what we do with them, how you get a box for them, how we cleanse them, how we introduce them to our ancestors before we use them, which is also very, very important. The whole process of all of it is very, very special and very magical. And I'm so excited to get into it and show all you about what it is. It's like super, super exciting. It's a form of divination that you have this connection with that I can't explain to you until you do it yourself and you see what I mean. It's like no one is going to have your set. There's not going to be another set like it. It's just going to be yours and yours alone. Someone picks it up and looks at it, they're not even going to know what it is and be like, why do you get all these little trinkets in this box for? Nobody should be messing with your stuff anyways without asking before they touch anything that has to do with your craft. That is like a form of disrespect to a witch. You don't go and mess with a witch's altar. You don't mess with their tools. You just don't do that. No. You don't know. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Okay, here we go. I already told you the word bones means like roots, ancestors, root work. This is you and your ancestors getting together, and they speak to you through your pieces. They tell you what you're asking them, like you and your client, or just you and yourself. You have a certain thing that you're asking. You ask a question, and you grab a handful out that bag and toss them, and how it falls is your answer. And you're going to know how to read those. I'm going to teach you the basic first. We'll get into advanced later on, but first I'm just going to teach you the basic. You have a solid color cloth laid down, and most importantly, I want to teach you what I mean by how they fall, the way they're laying on top of each other, what's sitting next to what. And that's what's so important about me having a set to show you, because I'm going to do all that also. I'm going to point out what I'm speaking about right now. Okay, let's see what we got here. Excuse myself. Excuse me. Let's see. The meaning, the work. I'm going to show you all that too. The work you put in, it's just, I can't express it enough. I know I've said it a lot because that's how it's very meaningful. This is all very meaningful. This is like something, once you start doing it, you're not going to want to I do my cards and stuff, yes, because it's like a daily thing. I can go grab my cards, all this, just do my reading for myself real quick for a friend. But this right here, it gets me. It's got my heart. It's got my heart. It really does. It always has. It's the first thing I ever learned how to do. And honestly, people see it as a little bit intimidating because you see the word voodoo. Well, it doesn't have to be intimidating, and that's what I'm hoping to accomplish with this channel. I want to show people that it's something that gets very, very misunderstood. Yes, it is very different from a lot because a lot of people look at it as, oh, no, you don't do, no. You can do this. It is very possible to do this, and it's very important that we keep this alive because it's a dying art. Like, not many people do this anymore. I'm bloodborne into it. And there's a lot of people who think if you're not bloodborne into it, you can't do it. That's not true either. Yes, you can. You can do whatever you want to do. If it calls you, your ancestors are calling you to it. This is what's chosen you. If that's what you're drawn to, that's what you go to. If that's what you like and that's what's interesting you, do it. Somebody has to. And we were all chosen to be those people. If there is something out there that you want to learn, but someone's sitting there telling you, oh, no, you can't do that. This is too hard. This is too that. No. I'm here to tell you that is not true. You can do anything. You can do anything you set your mind to. You can do anything that you put your heart into. And that's why I want to show everyone this, because it's something that I haven't seen anyone teaching. And I'll go into that way later because that's going to be a whole rant that's going to get me off in left field. I don't want to go off in left field. I've already done it a few times. So we're going to try to stay on track today. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I got here. I had all these little things and I'm just talking away and going through it as I get there. I had it all scripted out, but I think I do best just sitting here speaking to everyone, and planning something out too much will kind of ruin it. So I just kind of want to go off the cuff and go with the flow. It's more personal to me that way. It means more because I feel like I'm sitting here talking to everyone and I'm not going off of a script and it doesn't feel like I'm acting. I don't want it to come off that way, y'all. I really don't. I want it to be as personable and like I'm sitting here with you. Like I'm sitting here with you speaking to you personally. I don't want it to feel like I'm talking to tons and tons and tons of people. I'm sitting here looking at this as one individual person because I'm speaking to each individual that's sitting here watching. I want you to feel like I'm there with you. That's one of the things I really hope to accomplish with this channel. I want to bring us all closer together doing this. And it'll give everybody something different to talk about. Something, we can all message each other. Like if there's something that you see that I'm not adding into it, please let me know. Because sometimes I do forget. Like, I forget sometimes. We all do. Especially with all the moms and stuff that have all the kiddos and stuff running around. Look, I understand. We all understand. Life happens, things happen, and time gets away from us. But when we have those individual moments to where we can come and sit and watch something like this, I don't want it to be like something somebody doesn't resonate with. I want it to be to where we can speak to one another. And I want to stick to that. Like, we're all family. We're all in this together. We all need to stand together, especially right now in this time. Everything's gotten so crazy. This will give us something to come and just sit down and forget about all of it with. I want to teach y'all something that I haven't seen a lot of people doing. And throwing bones. This is what we're going to get into today. And I will be right back with the table full of goodies. All right, witches, we are back. And what we're going to be doing right now is picking your pieces. You're going to want to pick some pieces that are very meaningful to you, that speak to you in a certain way, that when you look at them and pick them up and see what they are, you associate them with certain things. Say, for instance, this bear's tooth right here. I have I've had this for quite a while now, and it is a carving of a Native American man in a buffalo. Well, I associate this piece with my ancestors and with my ethnicity. I'm Native American, I'm Lakota, and when I see this piece fall next to certain things, that would mean, okay, my ancestors are trying to tell me this, this, and this about this. Well, that's why I picked that one piece. That's what that piece means to me. And that's what I mean by saying picking your pieces. You need to pick pieces that associate certain things with others. Say, like this pinnacle right here. This pinnacle, when I see it, it reminds me of my craft and my path I've taken in life. This child, what are children good for? Children are very, very energetic. They're very, very happy and relaxed. They like to have fun. And when I see that, it reminds me maybe that's what, maybe I need to relax and have fun in life. And the spider, when I see this right here, this spider, it reminds me, when I see this, I see poison. It is something that falls next to something that's not good, and I need to pay attention. I really need to pay attention to whatever it falls next to, because it's telling me, hey, something's stinking up the waters. And next we have the shark tooth. This is my health. Oops, my bad. This right here I associate with my health and my well-being. And when I see this fall next to certain things, that's what it tells me of, okay, maybe I need to pay attention to this in my life, or this with my body, or if I'm doing a reading for someone, it tells me, okay, maybe that person needs to pay attention to whatever's going on in that part of their life. And this last one I have is it's a coyote bone. And coyotes are very known for being very sneaky and being tricksters and just being, dishonest, kind of, if you want to put it like that. But that's what this piece is to me. It's when it falls next to something, like say this was to fall next to the child, which is my stress free, and this is trickster. And if I'm going on vacation or something and these two fall next to each other, I need to pay close attention to maybe that feeling I had about something or someone. My gut's telling me, okay, pay attention. I need to pay attention, because that's what these pieces falling next to each other are trying to say. So that's what I mean by picking your pieces. You go and pick some pieces that are very meaningful to you and for you and to your life, and you know exactly what they are, who they associate with, what they associate with. So that's what this part was about. And I have my other ones in my box right here, and I'm going to go through all that in a little bit. And I'm going to go through each one of these pieces and what they mean for me. I only got a couple out of my collection. I can't bring out the whole collection because it's massive, because I've been doing this since I was a kid. So I have a lot. I probably have more than I need, and I probably need to go through them, and I probably need to clean them out. But until then, I just wanted to do a quick little thing saying that's what I mean by collecting your pieces. And with your set that you're going to be making, since I'm going off of this being a beginner for everyone, I'd say in your first set that you make for yourself, the least you should have is like 15 pieces. And the most you should have should be anywhere between 20 and 30, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself at first. You want to really, really get to know your pieces and associate yourself with them, get comfortable with them, so you'll know what they are exactly, and you won't be rushing to grab a piece of paper or, something like that. Just get really comfortable with each piece you have. Alrighty, with that being said and done, I'm going to move on to the next. I will see you in a second. All right, we're back. And this segment is going to be about storing your bones. Where do you keep them when you're not using them? And what do you keep them in when you are using them? Well, I have a few options for you. You can choose them all. You can choose one. You can do two. I have two personally that I use. But hold on one second. I will switch to it. Alrighty, here we go. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit. There we go. So I can get it all in one shot. I keep my bones in a box. And when I'm not using them, they stay in the box. I have a bigger box that I have my entire collection in, but for my daily use, I keep the ones that I use, let's say the more important ones, the ones I use more frequently, in this box. And depending on who I'm reading for or what their reading is going to be about, it is the pieces that I add to it or take away. And certain people do have certain pieces that they have for themselves. So like they want to know a certain thing, and you have to put those pieces in there for that reading. Or you want a career reading, family, love, and so on. That's the pieces that you would add to your bones. And when I go to do my throwings, I take the bones out of the box. I'll take a couple handfuls and I'll put them in a bag. It's like a little zip bag, like with a tie on it, It's just something I can put them in and shake them up. And I can reach in and grab just reach in and grab a handful and throw them. And that's what I do my reading with. And you can also keep them in a jar. You can keep them in anything that is going to keep them safe, dry, keep them from getting messed up in any way whatsoever. You can keep them in a basket that's got a lid for it. You can just, whatever you feel that you want them in, you put them in. Just make sure they're okay and you keep them safe like you do all your other divination tools. So that was this part, and I will be right back with the next. Hello, everyone. We are back with the cleansing your bones part of the video. It is very important to cleanse anything that you're using before you do any type of reading. And as well as you cleanse yourself, you cleanse your home, you cleanse your tools, you cleanse everything you use. You want to make sure there is no negativity, you gotta get rid of all that bad mojo that's connected to things. So I am going to show you, we're going to smoke cleanse today. There's 5 different ways to cleanse, and it's up to you, however which way you want to do it. And depending on the pieces you have, you can also use water to cleanse, like your moon water, your Florida water, any water that you have that you use to cleanse things. But be very careful, because some crystals cannot be put into water. And some things, like the child piece that I have, is cloth. You don't want to wet something like that and stick it away and store it away, because what's going to happen? It's going to grow mildew and it's going to get all nasty, and you don't want all that all over your divination set. So the easiest and one of the most used forms of cleansing that I see that's used is smoke, with incense, with sage. Well, today we're going to use an incense stick, and we're going to say our little chant. And what is best to do, and you can do all of them at one time if you would like, but I suggest taking each piece, especially if you're beginning, take each piece at a time and hold it and cleanse it with your smoke, your whole little ritual you do with cleansing things. You do it each piece at a time. And you say your little chant and you set it aside, and you pick up the next one and you do the same thing. And like I said, you can use water, you can use sound, you can use anything really. Anything that you use on a daily basis, feel free. Just be very careful with some stuff, because some stuff cannot get wet. Okay, here we go. I got a couple pieces laying out, and we're going to get cleansing. Hello, everyone. We are back, and this is one of the most important parts. We are cleansing our pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and do them all together real quick to show you what I mean. And, it's your little chant you come up with to cleanse each piece. It's very easy to do. You can either find one, you can even use this one if you'd like, or you can write one yourself. And that's what I do. I'll just come up with quick little chants here and there, like, put a few things together. I'll even sit down and write them sometime, depending on the spell I'm doing, the ritual I'm doing, and so on. But we're going to cleanse these. We're going to do them all together. Like I said, it's faster that way for right now because I don't want this video to be like absolutely so long that nobody's going to sit and I want us to be really to the point and show y'all that it can be done in an easy way and it can be done in a fun way. That's what this is all about. Like, I want this to be super fun for everyone. I want everybody to get into this and see this is amazing. This craft and this path, there's a reason we're all here and we were all gifted what we were gifted with. And this is one of them. This is a way of helping others. And we can do it by using parts of us. So here we go. We're going to get our incense stick and letting you know I'm dropping ashes all over myself. And you take your incense stick and you wave them around and you cleanse the air around all your stuff, like all your little pieces. You make sure that smoke gets all up on them and in them. And while you're doing that, you can do your chant. Like when you're doing it individually, you can pick one up, and hold it in your hand and rub it while you're doing it and speak to it, because it's a part of you that you're using for your divination. Smoke of air, fire and earth, cleanse these pieces of me with this verse. Drive away all negativity and fear. Only good may reside here. So mote it be. And you continue to do that with each individual piece. And you take it and you set it down and you go on to the next piece. And that is how easy cleansing your divination tool is. And I'm sticking this back in a little hole and I'm trying not to get a mess everywhere, which is impossible sometimes for me because I'm a messy little person. And we will be right back with the next segment. Hello, my witches. Okay, now we're back with the part that this is going to be a little bit similar to the last part, but we're going to cleanse our work area. We need to cleanse everything around us before we do our reading, and it's very important that you do so because that's one of the most important things that you do with anything, any ritual, any spell, any reading. It's very important that you do that daily in your home. It keeps all the negativity out. It's something I do personally very, very often because it helps me feel better. It helps me stay grounded. It helps me feel like I don't have any of that attached to me. And it's the best way to actually be in life because you don't want to walk around feeling like you have negativity attached to you or anything that you've done. And especially your readings and anything with your craft, with your tools or anything. That's why it is very important that you always cleanse. It is one of the most important things. I can't say it enough, and I probably said a little bit too much. But this is the part where I'm going to cleanse my work area. We're going to fan the smoke, and I'm going to say my chant. And then I'm going to explain what some of the stuff up here is, but whenever we get to some of it, it's more easily explained once we do it because I have my offerings and everything up here for whenever I close my reading and stuff like that. I'm explaining that to you also. So here we go. Let's zoom out a little. All right, this is my work table, my area that we're going to be doing our bone throwing. And we are going to cleanse it. And I have my feather here. My husband got me this actually, and it's very beautiful. It's very well made, and this is made of antler down here. And that's another thing I also want to tell people. When you are getting things to use as your bones, please don't intentionally ever hurt something or kill something just to get the bones from it, because that's not okay. Anything that we use in our craft or our path, we need to make sure that it's done naturally. And that needs to be said more times than it really is being said. because it's not okay to take something away from the universe that's not ready to be taken away. Okay, with that being said, here we go. We're going to do our cleansing of our table. Smoke of air, fire and earth, cleanse this space, my home and hearth. Drive away all negativity and fear. Only good may reside and enter here. So mote it be. And you can continue to do this as many times as you feel like it needs to be done. Just get all that negativity and all that bad feeling and vibe and mojo out of your home and your area. You don't want none of that stuff sticking around while you're doing your reading, on your client, on yourself, or your tools. I mean, it's not good. And that's what that part was. And when we come back, I am going to introduce you to my pieces. Hello, witches. All right, now I'm going to go through some of the pieces in this box and explain to you what they are. And then after that, I'm probably going to do like a couple throws. I'm going to light the candles and everything, and I'm going to do like 2 or 3 throws and explain to you how to do it. All right, let me introduce you to some of these pieces I have. First off, I'm going to show you, this is my Astro dice. I use this in there to help me, like, what it lands on. Say, like, if it lands on Aries, whenever I throw something, like, if it's in the pile that I do end up grabbing out of my bag, if it lands on Aries or Scorpio, I see Scorpio's easy. That represents for me mysterious. And let's see what else we got. We have Cancer, and that represents for me protective. And let's see, we have Gemini, and that represents playful for me. See where I'm going with this? It's like it'll land on something. You just get to know it and get to know what the different signs represent for you whenever it falls on it. And it works hand in hand when you throw your bones. Okay, now here is my regular dice. And this right here is actually a video I'm going to do. And this is going to be my video next Friday. I'm going to teach everyone how to use regular playing dice as divination tools. It's very fun. It's very cool. And if you see my dice, has little skulls carved into them. It is a black wooden dice with little skulls carved into the number holes. And say, like, if you roll it and it lands, okay, we'll go with number 6. That's goals and success. And you roll it and it lands on number 4. That's obstacles and challenges. And so on. You get where I'm going. But it depends on what it lands next to. And we're going to get into that also. Okay. And here is my raven skull. This is actually carved out of bone. This is an actual bone, I believe. Yeah, I think it is. It represents death, change and something ending. We all know what the death card represents. This is the death card of my bones collection, and it is a raven skull. Not a real one. It's carved out of something, but it's carved out of bone, but ravens don't come this small. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And I introduced this one already. This is my ancestors piece. And the child. And we have the music symbol. Oh, wait, let me turn it over. The music symbol represents like an upbeat, let's get moving sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying? If it lands next to something, like it lands next to the child, these two land next to each other, that's basically saying you need to get out and go do something, All right, let's go to the next piece. And this one is I honestly call it my Picasso piece. It's a piece of jasper, and I want to say it's Mexican desert jasper, because Mexican desert jasper is very colorful. And this is one of my favorite rocks. My husband actually tumbled this himself, and I love it. And it represents creativity. And the next piece, we have our bullet. This is not a real bullet. It's made out of brass. It was like poured into a mold. Well, this represents carrying a burden or a load. So that makes sense, bullet, loaded, haha. Yeah, it's kind of corny, but still, it's how I remember it. And we have our gator. This little gator right here represents something that it does move slow, but it is very strong. So that's what that is. And we did our shark's tooth already. That's health. We did our spider. This right here. Okay, this is the triple goddess, I call it. Whenever this lands facing up, this means something that whatever you're going through, you speak on it. You make sure it's heard. Or something similar to that. But if it lands upside down, you keep quiet about it. You keep it to yourself. You just stay quiet for the time being. And let's see, we have our sun. Oh, I love the sun. It's fire. It represents fire and just magical fire. We all know what the sun does. It creates warmth. It's like a loving piece, but it's also can be, set a fire underneath you. You need to get going, get moving, stuff like that. It's just dependent on where it falls and what I can tell you it means. And we have the pinnacle. If I can get it, my nails won't let me. We'll get something else. Okay, this right here. This right here is my yes or no coin. And this is something, too, I also talked about earlier. Don't get stuff like this wet because this is glued together, but it's not airtight. So if you get water inside of there, you know how nasty that could be. But this right here could answer your question bluntly for you if it is pulled out the bag and thrown. If you have a question you ask and this comes out, this may just give you your answer right off. So, you be prepared for what you're going to hear. And let's see. We have our key. Now, what do we use keys for? They open things. They open up doors, right? And let's see. Let's get our other piece. There it goes. My nails are not letting me really hardly do anything. This is also desert jasper. It's a different type of desert jasper. But this right here for me, it's a rock. It looks like an old Indian head, right? My husband also tumbled this one. It represents the past for me. Like the layers of your path. And stuff like that. When I see this, that's what that tells me. And let me see me get down in there. This right here is a skull. And this is made of pure silver, actually. It was a gift from my husband. I mention him a lot. He's an absolute sweetheart. I love him so much. Anyways, I can get sidetracked on that forever. We're going to do that as a video too. We're going to do, what do you call, I can't even think of the word right now. So y'all know what I mean. We're going to do like the, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to stop this video if I don't stop saying, But okay, this is a silver skull. And this right here represents fear for me. You're looking into the eyes of fear. You're scared of something. And depending on what it lands next to, like I said, it can tell you either to conquer it or, you need to always conquer fear. That's the best thing you could ever do is conquer your fear of anything. And let's move on to the next because we got a bunch of pieces in here. Let's see. Oh, and here is the amethyst skull. It is a piece of amethyst that someone carved into a skull. And this represents spirits. And let's see, what else we got in here? Oh, this is one of my favorite right here. This is a coin. It's like a regular coin, doesn't it? But you know what? Guess what it represents? That's right. It can straight up tell you if I use this whenever I'm doing relationship readings. Whenever certain questions are asked, I'll pull this bad boy out and it will go in the bag. And this right here is oh my goodness. What did I use this one for? It's like enchantments, like it's magical. All the sparkles, and it's one of the more prettier pieces that I have. It's the enchantment heart. Okay. We could go through all of them forever and ever and ever, but I want to move on to the next, and that is throwing them a few times for you and showing you what they are. I'll be right back. Hello. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw these a few times. I have a couple. I didn't stick all of them in the bag. I just threw a couple of them in the bag because I just want to do it a few times just to show you what I'm talking about when you throw them together and how they land. And I've got some in the baggie that I use to throw them in. And I've got some candles lit. And I'm going to do my best to explain to you what I mean when I say when you throw them and how they land and how they fall determines what your read's going to be. It's a lot easier if I had like the whole set going. But this is just like, the beginner. And later on we will do another video, and I am going to get more advanced into it because your surface area that you work with, you can do different things with it. You can, like your cloth you use, you can do the elements, or you can do the zodiac, or you could do anything, north, south, east, west, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. And we're going to get into that one later on down the road. But that's later on when I have all of you like really, really good with it. And we're going to start going next level. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to take a few of them out and throw them. Like I said, I didn't put all of them in, but there's a couple. And it's enough to where I can explain it to you easily. And we don't have to get into like super, super detail, but it'll be enough for you to understand. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll be like, oh, wow, that's awesome. This is really, really cool. And you really, really want to do it. That's what I'm hoping for. But I really think all of you are really going to enjoy doing this because it's something really personal, like personable. Me and my words. Goodness. Here we go. I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to have to zoom out because it's just my camera. And I'm going to dig in the bag and I'm going to throw some. And we're going to see where we go from there because I don't even know what's going to happen. What should we ask? Oh, I know what to ask. Hold on. Alrighty, we got the candles lit and we got them colored candles lit over there. They look white, but they're going to start dripping red and blue and yellow. And the crystal candles. Oh, wait, there's another color coming off the bag. There's black and red in that one. So yeah, that's really cool. Alrighty, let's get this bag up here. Get it going. What should we ask the ancestors? I have a great question for the ancestors. Is my channel going to be a success? Ooh, that's the good question right there, huh? I should have waited until I had more pieces in the bag. Ooh, let's see how it landed. Oh, this is really, really good. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. This is my ancestor piece. Right here. This is my ancestors telling me this. I've wished this for a very long time, and excuse the background noise. I live next to the road, so if you heard that, I do apologize. My wish is coming true, and it's going to be a very fun time. And this is an end to something, and it's far away from my pieces. Let me zoom out. I knew I should have did that at the beginning. Okay. Like I said, my ancestor piece, my relax, it's going to be okay piece, and my wishes do come true piece. And the end is going to be far away. So this is going to be a very long journey. And it's almost like making me want to cry a little bit. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to do that in this video. So, okay, let's see. What else should we ask the ancestors? Something fun and happy. Maybe about Bear. Oh, we haven't seen Bear yet, have we? He's in there sleeping because he's fat, happy, and full. Let's see, is Bear going to enjoy playing outside when Mom's done doing this video? Let's see. Oh, it's telling me that Bear's wishes is going to come true, and we're going to be outside for a very, very long time because that is like far away. So, okay. Now I'm just going to take a bunch of them out the bag. I'm going to try to get my hand on all of them. Because usually when you're holding it with one hand, it's a lot easier. And I'm just going to throw them and tell you what they all mean, sit next to each other. See? All right. Okay, do y'all remember what I told you what these were? And it's basically still going off of the same thing, maybe. Okay. This one right here, you remember what this one was? This is my coyote bone. This bone means whatever question I had asked. I don't have to worry about the dishonest part of it. Like there's nothing bad or anything negative going to happen, and it slid far away. So this is my bones telling me this, don't even worry about this. This is not even. And this is my ancestors, of course. And this means change. Change is coming, and it's absolutely correct. There's a lot of change coming in my life. And yes, this is going to be successful, and I'm going to have fun doing it because wishes do come true. And it's going to be very, very entertaining because it's like an entertainment piece also. And this right here, it means to keep quiet. Like, and I'm taking that as, I'm not the type of person who gloats about things. I don't do that. Like, I'm very quiet about what I do and the things I do in my life. And I keep a lot of my personal things quiet, and that's why that's upside down. It knows that I keep quiet about things. So, all right. I hope this kind of helps some with what I mean by when you throw your bones, they tell you, like you ask it a question, any question you could possibly think of. That's why I want to do a live. When I do this, I want to do, my first live I ever do is going to be a Throwing Bones live. And it's going to be, once I get a bunch of y'all on here and I know I'm going to have a good amount of people, I'm going to let y'all ask me questions and I'm going to throw the bones for you. So, this right here is Throwing Bones, everybody. So, now I'll be right back and I'm going to do my closing. I'm going to close it out and everything for you. All right? All right. Now, I'm going to show you what closing your reading means. And it's basically you telling your ancestors, thank you for assisting me in the reading. And you giving them an offering to tell them thank you for assisting you in your reading and everything you asked them to help you with today. And that's some of the things I have set up on my table that I'm going to explain to you and show you right now. Here we go. Hold on one sec. All right. First, we're going to start off with lighting a candle for them and telling them thank you for helping me and supporting me and being there for me and assisting me in answering these questions today. And one of my favorite things to do is pour them a shot. If I can get it open. Hold on one second. Oh, I'm having a difficulty opening this thing. Wasn't supposed to be this hard. Okay. Here we go. And just be careful of pouring this alcohol by the fire, please. Okay, and you pour the shot in the glass. And tell your ancestors, thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for helping me today. This is an offering for you in return. And I also have a piece of an orange. Well, it's an actual orange and a piece of an orange. It's an orange. I have a whole orange here in a bowl, and I have a flower that's some of my ancestors' favorite flowers. And I have the candles lit and going. I got the whole mood set for them. Okay, that's what I did. I set a mood for them, and I set a mood for myself, and whatever I'm doing, there's a mood set. And you just thank them. You thank them for being there and helping you, because that's what you're doing. You're asking them for their assistance and their help, and you have to give them things in return, just like you do with anything you take from the earth. You place something back in return for that. All right, here we go. Hello, hello. We have reached the end of our little video, and I really truly hope that everything I've shown you today has helped you understand what throwing bones means a little bit better. And I also hope that you walk away with seeing and wanting to learn something new. And hopefully y'all will try this. Y'all will try it and y'all will see how much fun it is. It's a different way of divination, and I feel like it helps you understand yourself better. It helps you get closer to your ancestors. And you can also use your magic and your power inside of you, like your own stuff, to help others. The cards and everything, they work amazing. They're absolutely amazing. I love them. I love every type of divination I can get my hands on. But this is very, very special to me because it helps you understand who you are. It helps you bring out who you are more, I think. So I really hope everyone has enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me. Please share my video. Please share my channel. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, because it's got to count. You got to ring the bell for it to count. You got to make it go ding ding. Okay? Just ring it. Tell your friends about my channel. And next week, I'm going to do regular dice divination. I'm going to show you how to read regular dice. And that's super fun too. It's all really fun. We're going to do so much stuff here. I don't even know where to start. And I don't want to get sidetracked and go off into left field, because I do that very easily. But I had so much fun today doing this with you all. This has been a trip. This has been a very, very awesome day. And I'm actually kind of glad that I had to wait an extra day, because I got to add so much more to it sitting around last night just thinking. And I did some other stuff that I didn't plan on doing yesterday. So I'm super, super happy about that. Everything happens for a reason, which is, that. And I just want to tell everyone thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next week when we do regular dice divination. Have a great day. Don't let the muggles get you down. Keep your head up. Remember, you are a badass witch, and ain't nobody can take that from you. Peace out.